Da-da-da, da-da-da,
You're watching Cover 2 with your host, Katie Baird.
Cover 2, the final episode. The whole season has come to this. One final episode, one championship, one winner.
Jonathan, what are you doing? Get out of my set.
God, you ruined my moment. It's like...
Last time I checked,
I got a thing going here, okay?
I'm the host, not you, okay? Get out of here. You already won. You have your time in the light. Let me have mine, alright? Come on. Get out. Trying to
You're boring. Nobody
trying to
likes
tape
you.
the show, okay?
I had like a thing going there.
A terrible thing. A terrible thing.
Fine. Do your thing.
Yeah, alright. Sorry about that. Welcome to this week's episode, and the final episode of Cover 2, where we cover you and your fantasy league. Well, you may recognize this set. We've traveled back up north to Rhode Island for the final taping of Cover 2. Well, it wasn't really for the final taping, it was really just for the Winter Classic. And this place was free, so we just kind of came up, and it just happened to be convenient that our two finalists in the championship game are in the same place for the final taping. Anyway, let's get back to, brass tacks and look at the championship game this week. Ah-ha-ha-ha, ah-ha-ha. And that's right. The Icy Ninjas are the champions.
Ayo.
Ayo! They came from behind late in the game to defeat Penguins Rule 107 to 104. When Peyton Manning was pulled in the second half of his game, things were looking pretty bleak for the Icy Ninjas. But a late touchdown from Beanie Wells put the Ninjas ahead, and they held on for a 3-point victory. We were able to get our two finalists for a few minutes to discuss what happened, so let's head over to our British correspondent Audrey for our post-game interview. Thanks, Katie. Unfortunately, Audrey couldn't be here today. I killed her. So I'm filling in. First, let's bring out the runner-up, my favorite uncle and owner of Penguins Rule, Stephen Gagnon. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to see you again.
You too. Next, let's bring out the champion, my little brother and owner of the Icy Ninjas, Jonathan Baird. Welcome.
How you doing?
So, glad to have both of you here today. Stephen, I'll start with you. First question is, there have been a couple of rumors that there were several roster decisions that you were thinking about making or trying to make, and it ended up costing you the game. Could you elaborate on these rumors for me?
Yeah, that's true. The news of the week was that a lot of the starters for the Indianapolis Colts were not going to play. So my number one receiver, Reggie Wayne, I put him on the bench. My number two receiver, Pierre Garçon for Indianapolis, was out. I didn't think Peyton Manning was going to be playing much, so I had to find Indianapolis' third receiver. I thought that third receiver would, be making the catches for the team for that week. So I went to the waiver wire, and I found Austin Collie, who was Indianapolis' number 3 receiver. And sure enough, I got him onto the team and tried to get him into the game. And as I was making these decisions and these moves, it was getting close to kickoff time. And I was trying to move him into the lineup. And it was 1 minute past 1 o'clock. I was going to take one of my other receivers out. That game started at 1. So, unfortunately, couldn't get him in.
So you literally missed it by less than a minute.
Less than a minute.
And how would that have changed the game?
Would have given me another 5 points.
And obviously 5 points we know is enough for you to have won.
5 points would have given me the win by 2 points, correct?
Now, what about the situation with your kicker? I heard there was something with that as well.
Well, again, I thought that my kicker, Steven Gostkowski, for the Patriots has been pretty consistent all year. But I figured Patriots had a bad week the week before. Thought they'd be coming out firing and throwing touchdowns, which they did. And he only had 5 points. My backup kicker scored 8. So either move would have at least given me the tie, possibly the win.
So, in the situation with the kicker, it would have gotten you the 3 extra points, which would have been enough for a tie.
Correct.
Were you aware that in the result of a tie in this game, you, being the first seed, would have automatically won?
No.
Yes. That is the default way to decide a
You're
tie.
kidding me.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
So, unfortunately, these moves did actually really cost you the game. One or both would have won it for you.
I can't believe that.
Yeah. Moving on.
A tie would have given me the win.
A tie would have given you the win. Moving on to Jonathan, our champion. Jonathan, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Now, were you at all surprised that you were able to win? I mean, Penguins Rule was the top seed and had won 9 games in a row and led in the power rankings for 5 straight weeks at the end of the season. Is this surprising to you that you managed to win?
You know, those are all numbers and statistics. They don't really mean anything, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Penguins Rule is a good team. But let me break it down for you all out there. They are a good team in the regular season. You know, some teams, some owners are just designed for the playoffs, designed for the postseason to get the championship, you know? They know how to step it up in the clutch. And that's what I did, you know? Last week, the semifinal week, I put up the highest score out of any team, I believe. I blew away Janelle's Jets. My whole team just, you know, lit on fire. And, you know, I went through my ups and downs in the regular season, but I stepped it up when I need to, and, you know, that's what happens.
In other words, luck prevailed.
Oh, no, not luck at all.
Do
see,
you
I
believe it was your skill and your
Oh,
planning?
completely.
Or do you
See,
think it
I
was luck?
see those roster moves. Those are just rookie mistakes, really. I mean, that's your own fault for not getting it in the deadline. And, you know, I made all the right moves. I put in all the right people, and, you know, I got the highest score that I could, and it happened to be enough to beat you.
Now I feel the tension building here. Sorry about that, guys. Things got a little crazy over here. I had to break it up, so let's just keep this short. Jonathan, to end, I just wanted to present you with this championship trophy. There you go. No, let's not start. Please, Katie, back to you at the studio.
See, this is my trophy. It's my trophy.
Give me the trophy. It's my trophy!
Why, thank you, Katie. It's too bad to hear about Audrey. Now let's check out this week's other scores.
Katie.
Oh, hi. Yeah, we're just going to get through this one fast because nobody cares about the losers, so. Janelle's Jets won third place matchup by defeating the Zambonis 99-91. The Orlanders won the consolation bracket with a 104-96 win over Get Your Popcorn Ready. The Unstoppable Pats once again pulled out a tight win over the Lucid Bogies 106-101. Lastly, the Screaming Eagles actually had the highest score of this week with a 119-80 victory over the Tension Echoes. Wow, a little too late on that, Nate. Now it's time for this week's message board post of the week. This week's post, of course, comes from Icy Ninja's owner John Baird, who reveled in his victory with a post titled "The Penguin's Fool," for thinking he could actually beat me in the clutch. Nice season, everyone, but there is a new king in town. Well, hello? Oh, hi, yeah. What? You approved us for another season next year? Well, that's great news. Now you have a great night. Thanks. Wow. Well, that's our show for this week, and looks like we'll be coming back next year for you. Keep an eye out in the next couple of weeks for best of episodes as well as a blooper reel. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in to Cover 2, where we cover you and your fantasy league. See you next year, and until then, Happy New Year! Ooh, Happy New Year, Chris!
Yeah.